Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Nova Project, and welcome to something new. I'm your host, as ever, Purple8, back once more, as ever. Much to the joy of my wife, the book nerd that she is, off in the distance. She's talking, but probably can't hear it unless she shouts. It's currently 5 in the morning. We are pulling an all-nighter, so forgive me if I'm not low energy. I might be a bit all over the place. Anyway, I'm doing a book review for the first time, which is very strange for me. It feels weird, but I want to do it because we picked up a lot of source materials for games and books. I say we. I mean, she has very kindly bought me a couple of other books that I'll cover down the line. But because I don't just read fiction for the sake of fiction. What? She's trying to turn me into a bookman. I apologise if I keep talking to seemingly myself. It's 5 o'clock. I'm on the other side, basically on the other side of the room, and she's trying to be quiet. So, yeah. So basically, I don't read a lot of fiction. Well, actually, I do. I don't read a lot, but I thought the idea sort of was, I've read today's video topic, Jurassic Park, and seen the film. If you're not familiar, I am absolutely in love with Jurassic Park and pretty much every film. You can also go watch our reviews of the first 3 films as of recording. The original trilogy. We will cover Jurassic World and the others at some point. We've got Rebirth coming out later this year, so we'll probably cover the first Jurassic World at some point. But for now, covering the novel of the film, the source material, the first of I think it's called a duology when it's just 2. So you got a trilogy, yeah, because it's literally just duo. So you got this one, and then there's the second one. This is the more faithful adaptation, if you wish, out of the 2 books. I've read them both. I'll cover the other one at some point. I've got other books I've read a while ago that I want to sort of do before I get on with it, basically. Is that a way of saying it? I'm not used to doing book reviews, but I feel flustered. But if you're familiar with my series of reviews of either games or me and my partner's movie reviews, we do this in one take, so we're a bit flustered. But yeah, so I always knew that there was going to be the novel of the film. I didn't do the film, we didn't watch the film, and then it's like, oh shit, there's a book, I better read it. I always knew, well, when I got older I found out there was a book, but I never got round to it. If you could tell by the image and presumably the thumbnail, the copy I have is a bit battered. I don't know how or why. I can't remember if I got it looking like this, but I apologise to all you book nerds out there that like your books pristine. But I think this is probably the iffiest book I have. It's loved, or it's just been stored pretty bad. Like, the spine has been cracked, as my wife likes to point out. Not about this book. But yeah, I'll actually go into the book rather than just talking random nonsense, really. But yeah, so I know about the film, love the film, it's my number one. The novel is also really good. The film is a really good adaptation of it. It's definitely more of a, let's say, family-friendly approach, even though it's still borderline horror. The book is definitely a turn, to say the least. Like, the gore is really in there in high detail. Characters exist in the book that don't in the film for reasons. I don't know, sometimes you just gotta leave some characters out. Some changes were made, like the fact that, what's his name, Hammond dies at the end of this book. He dies off-screen between 2 and 3, I believe. Or between even 2 and Jurassic World. It's definitely, well, it's because Richard Attenborough actually died, but yeah, like the gore is in detail horrible. I mean, the film opens with, I mean, it's a guy who's bitten by a velociraptor, but also there's a fucking scene. Would you call it a scene? If it's in a book, I don't know. There's a moment in this where basically some babies get eaten by combies. Scenes, technically, segments, I don't know. But yeah, there are babies that get eaten by dinosaurs, which is yikes. Yeah. The biggest changes was basically just that there are characters that exist in the book that aren't in the film. Most of them die anyway, so it's not too important. But also, like, the clever girl guy, his name, it's completely slipped my head. It's not Roland, because he's in the sequel. The film, anyway. Basically, the guy who says clever girl, I'll probably remember his name as soon as I stop recording. He survives and just starts blowing up velociraptors with like a rocket launcher. Incredible. Absolutely based. But yeah, the worst guy to die is obviously Nedry. I've told my partner about his death. I literally did it earlier. It's a lot more in detail, and it is horrific how much brutality they inflict on this fucking guy. I'm done on it. I won't. I will save the image, but there is also a illustration of it online, which is pretty grim. You can look that up if you want. But yeah, I absolutely love the book. There's so much they could have done with the film. I still love the film, but there's so much more they could have done with that they could have adapted. The babies, I understand. I know a lot of the film had to be changed because of the actual storm that's in the film. But there's characters, there's moments that are missing. But yeah, I know they sort of made it marketable to a younger audience, but I mean, the deaths are still good in the film, like the toilet kill, fantastic, iconic. But yeah, that is about it. I know that my partner tends to rate it, but I won't do that. I just love it. I'll just say it's really good and I really enjoyed it. I'd recommend it if you are a fan of the film. If you haven't read it already, it is much darker than its counterpart. But yeah, that about does it. I've been your host as ever, Purple Midnight 8. Thank you ever so much for listening to me awkwardly talk about a book for about 8 minutes. That's not bad. These are probably average about this, really, because it's me on my own, and I feel awkward doing it on my own. But yeah, thank you ever so much for listening. I will probably do more in the future. There's probably going to be a series of a good few in a row, and then it's going to drift off, because I'm hoping to read more to the joy of my wife. So, but yeah, I've been your host as ever, Purple Midnight 8. Thank you ever so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.